AlHazen, the founder of the scientific method. You may not have heard of Abu AlHazen ibn al-Haytham. In the West, he is known as AlHazen, a Latinized form of his Arabic first name. In all likelihood, though, you benefit from his work. He has been described as one of the most important, influential figures in the history of science. We're going to talk about just briefly because I had to chuckle. Not at this guy, not this guy. And I just look back to the Middle Ages. I don't know, like yeah, man. You just look back on the days of yore. You know what I'm saying? You like the Arabic, Middle Eastern, their revolution in science and thought process, and then it just fell. Ah, Same thing's gonna happen here, man. The same thing, and I don't know exactly what the cause was. You see these pictures of Iran back in the '60s and '70s, Afghanistan, with girls wearing short skirts and going to beaches and bikinis and stuff and whatnot. And then you see fast forward to today, and they're not. It's sad, but in a way, you see there, you're like, well, because of the liberalism that just it took over these societies. And I haven't done any research on Arabic cultures back in the late, I don't know what, from after Muhammad 700 through 1600 or something. I don't know. I haven't done any research other than just hearsay from what I've learned in various readings, but I haven't done any explicit research on that. But man, the level of knowledge these guys had, what I'm saying, it was nuts. Coffee, that's an Arabic term, bunch of stuff. It's just as amazing actually. And then it got shut down. It got shut down because, and I don't know why. My assumption is it became a very liberal and not a good way society, where just where we are now, essentially, where just there's no consequence for your actions. No one's being held accountable. The authorities determine everything, and you just go along. And I imagine the same things will happen in the Arabic times back in this. And I'd love to be corrected, but what caused a transition from an open, free, knowledge-based society to shut down? And we hear about this. It was got to be bad. You're like, well, was it bad? Is it bad? I mean, in the long run, yeah, probably. But why? And maybe they're just too tolerant. Anyway, I'm reading about this guy AlHazen. I'm like, man, this is nuts because check this out. It's just so much stuff we've learned from these people. Because don't forget, in our own time, the medieval time, Catholic Church, they didn't want you to read the Bible. And I was just reading that William Lane Craig was saying you shouldn't read the Bible. You should let your elders tell you what's in it, essentially. I was like, no, this is crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know if the same thing happened in the Arab times, in the Muslim time. I don't know. But what? I mean, you should just have it come down from top, the credentialed few who get the nepotism and depotism and all that stuff, and Josh, you adhere. It's nuts. There's a better way, which is open minds, free inquiry, and tolerance, but not where you have to tolerate idiots that we know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, where you got, let's just say, a person competing in swimming at the University of Pennsylvania and tearing up all the records, and to stand up against that makes you some kind of hater. It's crazy. All right. Because of rigorous methods of experimentation, AlHazen has been called the world's first true scientist. His work with lenses led to the development of the production of eyeglasses, microscopes, and telescopes. Yeah. A story about AlHazen has circulated for a long time that concerns his plans to regulate the flow of the Nile River almost 1,000 years before the project was carried out. Anyway, I want to see if we got a scientific method here. Right here. Some consider AlHazen to be the father of the modern scientific method. On the basis we have much to thank him for. According to is not so much rather is the way he taught us how to do science. His book of optics is described as a real science textbook, complete with precise descriptions of experiments. Okay, so I went over here because I want to share you his quote, and we're going to come back to these fools right here, Sioux Falls scientists. AlHazen, unsung hero, the scientific method. All right, so what does he say? Known for developing theories on experimentation and data collection rather than abstract thought, AlHazen stressed the need to test results, especially those considered canon. So here's AlHazen And think about this in comparison to what these guys say. Evolution and global warming are facts, not theories. All right, so this is what these guys are saying. Evolution, global warming are facts, not theories. And yet they're also giving street credos to AlHazen, who says, a person who studies scientific books with a view of knowing the real facts ought to turn himself into an opponent of everything he studies. He should thoroughly assess its main as well as its margin parts and oppose it from every point of view in all its aspects. If he takes this course, the real facts will be revealed to him. All right, so here's these people. But they're also saying evolution and global warming are facts, not theories. How can you sit there and say those two things, say that, and then listen, and then say AlHazen is a hero? It's freaking crazy. And then I was looking over here. I said, oh my goodness, we actually have Greta Thunberg built. I mean, this is freaking, these people are insane. It's a cult, man. Paid for by Sioux Falls scientists. This is a billboard you could put up or, whatever, advocating for Greta Thunberg. Science headline news. Time person of the year is Greta Thunberg is the youngest person ever to be so honored. She started the worldwide climate protest a year. This is freaking, these people, for more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. No, I'm sitting there, I'm saying, let's go to scientists billboards in 2015. Global warming is a fact. Climate change is a fact. Burning fossil fuels is a major cause of global warming. This is insane. Creation, intelligent design, the Earth is only 6,000 years are all total nonsense. So I like how they're saying creationism inherently means you a young Earther. Well, I don't know that. Intelligent design doesn't mean you're a young Earther. They're just throwing in there. Vaccinations do not cause autism. They save millions. Diseases are spread by children and adults not. These people it's a cult, man. It's a cult. It's all the same people. The Jabba Jabbas, the climate change, the anti-CO2, the evolution. It's all. I wonder if they say anything about God. Let's see here. Because I wonder if they say anything about God in here. Evolution news, evolution chart. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at evolution chart, shall we? Do we got something here? I'm just thinking. I wonder if they say anything about God. I'm sure they do. Okay, here we go. All right. See, look, the number one. Public acceptance of evolution. This is their thing. Why many U.S. biology teachers are wishy-washy. Future science teachers lack knowledge and role models. So this is their thing on evolution, that 40% of Americans believe in evolution, 40% don't. I don't, that's for sure. That's a fact, huh? This is crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, thought you might get a kick to that. So kudos to AlHazen. Thanks now.